People are always asking me for gardening tips, and my favourite tip, and it's one of the easiest to implement, is just to grow spares of things. Things are always going wrong in gardening. You're always getting a pest problem or a disease problem, or you just got your timing slightly out when you planted things and they didn't thrive, or they went to seed because of the weather conditions or something like that. Things are just always going wrong. But if you have lots of spares of your favourite things, then growing things going wrong is kind of an opportunity. And right now I just got blight in my polytunnel, which means that my tomato crop is finishing about 5, maybe 6 weeks earlier than expected. And that just gives me a fantastic window in the polytunnel to replant it with something else that's a quick cropper. And so I'm going to show you today some of the quick extra crops that I'm just going to pop into the polytunnel. And it's just, as now it sort of turns, not a disaster because we've got loads of tomatoes, we're not short or anything, but it turns a slight disappointment into a really great opportunity. So here's some of the spares that I'm going to be planting today. So I've got a really lovely tray here of pak choi, red pak choi and tatsoi, and these can be left to grow on into big mature plants, or they can be harvested small for salads. Now these will be ready for harvesting small within a week or so probably, and I've already got a bed on the allotment that's full of pak choi and tatsoi, so the opportunity here is I can let those grow on into mature plants, and these ones I can harvest for really lovely extra salad ingredients, and you can use them in stir fries and things as well, and soups and all sorts. And I've also got this other spare tray of lettuces, and lettuces are really popular with my friends and family at this time of year, so it's really great that I've got this spare tray. And I was thinking when I was just popping it in, I'm never going to use these lettuces, and then here we go, great little opportunity to use them. And again, this is definitely a crop that we'll be able to take in that time period, 6 weeks time. These will be absolutely fantastic. And then finally we've got the turnips and radish. Now I'm not sure, I don't think the turnips would be ready in 6 weeks, but the radish definitely will be. So again, I'm going to pop those just into little gaps in the polytunnel. The turnips, we just generally find spots to interplant those wherever we see a gap. So this time of year I really like doing my seedlings in the back garden, where I can keep an eye on them, keep them watered. And I cleared those 2 spaces, pak choi and lettuce, and in there go the salad rocket. And these are just germinated yesterday actually, and these are all sorts of different types of chard, and they're going to go in the polytunnel much later on, in about 6 weeks time, when these other crops are finished, for baby leaves. And all the other stuff that's going in the polytunnel I haven't even started yet, because it only needs 4 weeks to get to be planting ready, and so I won't start that for another week or so. So here's today's unexpected event. The tomatoes have come out of the polytunnel due to blight, and I did a couple of videos actually about that over the last few days. And as a result, I got all this empty space. I've already filled some of it with these lettuces and this bit of spinach down here. But those spare lettuces are going to go in this bed. They won't fill it, but they'll fill it out. And then the spare pak choi and tatsoi are going to go in this bed. And that's going to let me harvest this pak choi for baby greens for salads, this tatsoi and pak choi for larger leaves for soups and stir fries and things like that. So that is a real bonus. This needs a good water. I just noticed that. So that lettuce I'm going to get in the polytunnel is going to mean I can spare this lettuce a little bit in terms of its harvest, which means this is going to last a little bit longer, which makes the transition over to the polytunnel lettuces, which I'll plant mid-October, even easier to manage. Here's another great example of spares. So this bed collects and red and green Brussels sprouts. This was going to be late beans, but my early beans turned out to be quite late because of the freaky weather that we had, and so I didn't really need a late bean patch, but fortunately I had spare brassicas which I put in here for winter, and you can never have enough in winter. So there we go, just got those few extra lettuces in, and most of the pak choi and tatsoi. I've just left a bit of a gap here because this cucumber's going to shade that area. Put my little grow shelf up. That's where all my overwintering brassicas and things like that will go. But for now it means I've finally got somewhere to put some seedlings. And I've put my mylar blanket up in the roof of the polytunnel because it's really hot. And to be honest, pak choi and tatsoi in particular, and I suppose that spinach that's down there, none of these like it hot. So there's quite a risk that these will just go to seed if I can't keep the temperature down for the next couple of days, and then everything should be fine. Long range forecast is quite reasonable after that. And I should just mention, I suppose, the secondary rationale for sowing spares is that it's effectively free. Seed packets have so many seeds in them nowadays. You know, you can often get a packet of lettuces with thousands of seeds, brassicas with many hundreds of seeds, and you know, those seeds are going to expire long before you use them all. So you might as well just use them to grow spares, and you know, the seed compost is like 10p or something for a tray, so nothing to worry about there. So I hope you liked that quick video. My name's Steve, this is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.